A pleasant morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time you come in contact with this video. I just want to take some time out and say thanks to everyone that has taken the time out to be in the live stream, to be a part of the 40 days of prayer that, because today is the 40th day, and I know that the numbers show that I have quite a few supporters in the live stream. It wasn't a case wherein I've gone on this journey and I was on it alone. And I know that it's God that is doing it, but there were people that were obedient, and they have steadfastly stood with me to the very end. And I hope that God will pour out a blessing in abundance upon each and everyone that stood with me in this 40 days, that they will see the reward and the fruit of them just being steadfast. That they will see the reward, they will see the change, they will see God's hand in a way that they have never seen before, because God is a healer and he's a deliverer, and whatever God does, it's well done. And I pray that in this time and season, that you will not allow anything to distract you and to move you away from the plans that God has for you. So that's what I want to just pop on here after the devotion, after the 40 days. Yeah. So this, I remember this because I thought about it over the last couple of days, that many a times we're living in our answer prayers, but we don't really know. Don't really, the enemy is like the enemy put a blockage on our eyes for us not to see. So I pray that even as you go through the season, you will see the hand of God and see that God has shifted things and changed things for you. It's like you tie up an animal, like an horse or a donkey. You tie them for so long. When you lose them, many a times they're still standing in the same position because they're so used to that position. They're so used to that season when they're stabilized one place, that you would lose the rope and you would push them to walk away. But that's where they're used to. And I am giving that analogy this morning to say that God is saying that many of us are in a season where we are not in the familiar place, in that place that you're familiar with. You're familiar with the hurt, you're familiar with the pain, you're familiar with the rejection. That many a times you go out there and you're expecting to get those things. And when the new thing comes, it's like your heart is stopping and you can't perceive that it is for real, but it is for real. God have you in a new season. Rejoice and be glad in him, and know that his plans is to prosper you and to give you an expected end, to give you an abundant life. That's why he has died for you and I, so that we don't just live in horror and in pain and rejection and being overwhelmed with all sorts of different difficulties, but for us to actually see and know that there are good things that are happening, and that we should laugh out loud. We should rejoice and be thankful that we are not where we used to be. We're in a new place. God bless you. God keep you. God continue to shine his precious face upon you, and to see you through in a time as such as this. I'm so grateful I'm grateful for you to be on the journey with me and supporting what God has ordained me to do at such a time as this. See, feel, and seal the vision that God has given unto you. Don't give up, don't give in. Keep pressing. God bless you. Have a prosperous week until we touch base again. Peace and love.